Hey there, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something a little different, maybe kind of fun. We're looking at how pop culture, specifically a TV character, can actually teach us about everyday English. We're going to explore some really common phrases, but through the eyes, or maybe the voice, of Joey Tribbiani from Friends. You know him, the king of charm, pizza, and, well, you know what's coming. How you doing? So our mission here isn't just listing phrases. It's about getting the feel of them, the context, how to use them maybe a bit smarter than Joey sometimes.
Right. And it's fascinating, isn't it, how these characters like Jerry, they almost become unintentional language tutors. Their catchphrases, their way of speaking, it gets absorbed into how we talk. So this deep dive, it's really about the subtle side of casual chat, the stuff dictionaries don't always capture.
Couldn't agree more. And you mentioned it already, but when you think Joey, you just have to start with his #1 most iconic line, "How you doing?"
Yeah, it's his signature. And okay, on the surface, it's just, how are you? Simple greeting. But the way he says it, dropping the R, the intonation, it completely changes it. It becomes flirtatious, confident, it's playful. It's not really asking, it's an opening line, a vibe.
Totally. It's all about the delivery and the intention behind it. So, practically speaking, how should you use it? Our sources were pretty clear on this one. Great for laughs with friends, maybe trying to be charming, but probably best to avoid it in, say, a job interview.
Oh, definitely not for interviews, unless the job is, I don't know, professional Joey impersonator.
Yeah.
It's purely social, purely about that playful confidence.
Right. Okay, so after the charming intro, what about smoothing things over if something minor goes wrong? Joey had a go-to for that, too. It's not that big a deal.
This is such a useful phrase.
Yeah.
It literally means, it's not very important. But its real function is often to calm someone down, to reassure them. It minimizes the problem, takes the stress out of a situation, like a verbal pat on the back.
Exactly. You can just picture saying it. Right. Hey, relax. It's not that big a deal if you're 5 minutes late. It's amazing how just a few words like that can kind of shift the mood.
It really can. Changes the whole energy.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. We have to talk about Joey and food. It's legendary. And his strong feelings about food lead us right into the next phrase, "I'm not good at sharing."
Yeah, and he's usually talking about food, isn't he? It's his very direct, maybe slightly childish, but honest way of saying, I don't like sharing this. But more broadly, it's a casual way people talk about their habits, their little quirks, especially things they feel strongly about.
And who can forget the absolute classic line that came from this, "Joey doesn't share food." It became like his mantra.
It really did. It perfectly captured his character. And it's kind of relatable sometimes, even if we don't admit it.
Ah, true. Okay, but Joey wasn't just about food and flirting. He was also a really loyal friend, super supportive, which brings us to something he'd say to pick his friends up when they were down. You can't just give up.
Yes. This is pure motivation packed into a short phrase. Simple meaning, don't stop trying. It's perfect for those moments you need to give someone a little pep talk or just show you believe in them. It's about encouragement, urging them to keep going.
And the key thing here, as our sources mentioned, is the delivery. You gotta say it with feeling, like Joey does, with passion. It doesn't work if you just mumble it.
Absolutely. That conviction is what makes it land.
Okay, this next one is interesting because it's Joey imitating someone else. He's doing Chandler's sarcastic thing. Remember the scene? "Could I be wearing any more clothes?"
Oh, classic. And what's linguistically cool here is that structure. Could I be any more? Something. Putting the be emphatically like that, it's instant sarcasm. It ramps up the emotion, usually frustration or irony, to the max. It implies the situation is already at an extreme. Very funny, very Chandler, but Joey nails it too.
It's such a useful structure for humor. You could totally use that. Like if you're exhausted, could I be any more tired right now? It just adds that perfect comedic exaggeration.
Exactly. Try it out. It works.
All right, next up. A surprisingly romantic one. Ross might have said it first, technically, but Joey definitely helped make it famous. "You're my lobster."
Yes. The lobster theory. It means you're my soulmate, basically, my true love. And the background, which is kind of sweet, is this idea that lobsters mate for life. or so the belief in the show goes.
I think Phoebe explains it, right? About old lobsters walking claw in claw.
That's the one. So it became this really cute, slightly quirky, romantic phrase, a very Friends way of saying forever.
It's amazing how pop culture creates these little linguistic shortcuts, isn't it?
It really is. Language is always evolving, and shows like this definitely play a part.
Okay, quick shift now to something expressing sudden understanding. Joey yelled this sometimes, Monica too, I think. I know.
Right. Not just I have knowledge, but that specific, excited aha moment. It's when something finally clicks, you've been confused, or someone's explaining something, and suddenly, light bulb moment, you burst out with, I know who! It's that release of understanding.
Yeah, like when you finally get a joke or solve a puzzle. Oh, it's okay. I don't know. It's got that energy of sudden realization.
Precisely.
Now, this next one is pure, unadulterated Joey. One of his funniest language moments. It's a moo point.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's a classic mix-up. He means to say a moot point, M-O-T. A moot point is something that doesn't matter, it's irrelevant, maybe hypothetical, not worth debating. But Joey says moo point, M-O.
And he explains it. That's the best part.
Exactly. He says it's like a cow's opinion. It just doesn't matter. It's moot. It's such a perfect Joeyism. Wrong? But somehow his explanation makes a weird kind of sense for him. It's unforgettable.
It really is. And speaking of things Joey feels strongly about, like Kaz's opinions, back to food for number 9. This one shows his priorities crystal clear. You hung up on the pizza place.
Aha, yes. The horror. The sheer disbelief in his voice. And while it's about pizza for Joey, the useful bit is the structure. You hung up on something important. You can use that to express total shock or incredulity about someone ending a connection or interaction you think is vital.
Right, so you could adapt it, like, wait, you hung up on your crush. It just conveys that feeling of, I cannot believe you did that important thing wrong.
Exactly that. It's all about expressing that disbelief.
Okay, and for our final phrase, we're actually looping back. Because Joey doesn't just use moo point once, he uses it again, showing he really means it. He says, if he doesn't like you, this is all a moo point.
And this just cements it, doesn't it? He's using his own unique phrase correctly within his own logic. It shows how you can use it his version to be funny and casual when dismissing something as totally irrelevant. Honestly, Joey's moo point probably teaches the concept of irrelevance more memorably than a dictionary definition of moot point.
It's true, you remember the cow.
You remember the cow.
So there we have it, 10 everyday English phrases unpacked with a little help from Joey Tribbiani.
And it really shows, I think, how much personality and context get packed into these simple bits of language. It's not just grammar rules, it's about culture, shared jokes, character, all shaping how we communicate.
Absolutely. So listening in, which one of these kind of stuck with you the most? Which one might you maybe playfully try out today? Maybe just start with a simple, confident, how you doing? See what happens.
Yeah, and maybe think about this. How do these phrases, born from a TV show, end up carrying so much weight?
Yeah.
What does that tell us about language culture and how we connect beyond just the words themselves? Something to chew on.
Definitely something to think about. Well, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you'll tune in next time as we explore another set of fascinating sources.